Okay, pile 7, or crystal 7, the Tangerine Quartz. This is all about like vitality, like rejuvenation, excitement for life. The quartz amplifying that energy. Okay, your career, Tangerine Quartz. Your career. This works. This is a good technique. Okay, we're going to start with those. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. We got community, teacher, animals, engineer in reverse, family health care, community, teacher. That feels like it goes together. Teacher, family, healthcare, and community. That's for a lot of you who chose this. Organization, animal organization, engineer. All right. We're going to need some more. Social media. Travel, engineer, politics, corporate. Let's see. Leader, therapy, writer, musician. Okay, we're going to start with this. We've got corporate leader. We've got therapy. Musician and writer. Travel, musician, writer. Okay, for some of you, you're meant to travel and write about music and politics. Yeah. Like a traveling writer. Okay. Some of you are engineers right now, or you're studying to be engineers right now, and that's not what's going to make your heart and soul fulfilled. That's not what you're meant to do. There's always a reason for everything that we learn and experience, but it's just like, don't do what's safe. Don't become an engineer. I know this is really popular in India. I think a lot of you are going to be Indian or live in India and have like family pressure to pursue being an engineer, but you're actually meant to travel. Okay, so it might not be about like being a traveling writer, but it's more about like exploring other options, other ways of life, okay? Yeah, there we go. Some of you are actually meant to be a corporate leader. Let's get some more information on that. A retail corporate leader. Like you are meant to be a leader in retail and transform corporations, the structure of the corporation, the way people view corporations, and the social responsibility of corporations. Like that's what you're meant to do. You definitely have a free thinker, higher-minded, loving aspect about you, but you're meant to bring that to corporations. Okay? So even though you're not like a traveling writer or musician, some of you, a small group of you could be like a traveling musician who like writes music about politics, okay? For that pile, for the writer, travel, musician, politics pile. I'm definitely getting a strong message of like, do not pursue engineering. Do not become an engineering just because it's the safe route. I do want to clarify that. Yeah. Focus more on spirituality, more like free thinking, more expanding your ideas, other cultures, how they live. Yeah, that's definitely, okay. I just wanted to double check. Yeah. Explore your spirituality before you choose being an engineer. And for some of you, like maybe a small group of you, it still might be your choice. But pursue like your spirituality and your freedom, your free thinker mentality before you settle down with becoming an engineer. Travel, for sure, travel. That applies for this pile as well. There's a common theme, even though there's differences. Okay, now we've got an area of animals, organization, and social media. Oh, so you're supposed to start a social media platform. And that becomes an organization for animals and animal rights. Oh yeah. Then we've got internship. So either seek out an internship in this area or get on this platform, expand it into an organization, and then seek interns. Seek to expand, like the people. Interview. Some of you, when you see that interview to become an intern, apply for it. Yeah, internship interview for this social media organization for animals. Okay. Then we already did the corporate retail leader. You may be the head of a corporation for retail. Let's just see. I want to see if there's any more that come out for that. Merchandising. Yeah, definitely. Merchandising. You definitely have a new way of doing things. Religion and education. Religious education. Okay, this goes with the teacher, family, healthcare, community pile. So for some of you, it's about being a religious education teacher. You're meant to get your family involved, or you're meant to be more open-minded to your family. I think you're meant to expand your ideas about religion through your family, or get your family involved. Yeah, okay. Teacher, religion, family, education. That's its own group. Then we've got community healthcare. I think that community healthcare applies for the corporate retail merchandising leader. The way that you operate your corporation, I really feel like you're going to be at the top or you're going to be on the board. The way you treat everyone that works for you, like your community, and the way that you address healthcare is going to set the tone for people to aspire to. Yeah, we've got marketing too. The way that you market yourself as a corporation, as a retail leader. Yeah. There's a message here with therapy that I was already feeling like a disconnect with religion and family and being a religious teacher and being in religious education. There's a disconnect within your family that's calling for like therapy, either actual therapy or listening to each other more as a therapeutic way of understanding each other and healing your issues with each other, because this is part of your career. Are there any more information? Is there any more information for therapy? Whoa. Okay. We've got entrepreneur, journalist, investor, performance, and inventor. Inventor. Wow. Okay. For therapy, specifically. Entrepreneur. Journalism. Okay, some of you have ideas for spiritual healing, specifically, and being drawn back to the spirituality and religion. Could be like Reiki, could be tarot, could be New Age. This feels more New Age. Yeah, which makes sense with the religious teacher kind of going against your family, but also being a call to like talk to your family about it, talk it out, to educate them with education. Journalism, so I think you can get your ideas out there through writing online, writing for a publication. This is like a spiritual business, entrepreneur, and it's spiritual therapy. You're going to find someone who wants to invest in you with the investor by putting your ideas out there and being brave and addressing this with your family as well. There's a performance element here with the therapy. I think, okay, we're gonna find out more about that. And with Inventor, I think that you have very new ideas. Like you're literally like creating from ground zero. So they may not be well received. You are very unique, very Aquarian, very eccentric for a reason though. The fact that you are an inventor, like a spiritual inventor, is what's going to attract this investor to you, to expand you. Now, performance, I think it's because people like to listen to you. You're a performer by nature. I definitely feel that. Like you're a performer, but you also like are very spiritual. So people might like to watch your videos specifically. Like I'm definitely feeling like you may be like a tarot reader on YouTube. Meant to heal your family, teach your family, expand ideas about religion. I think you're actually also going to end up meeting some religious leaders, and you're going to have some really interesting conversations that are going to like open your career up for more, as well as teach them. Like you're a teacher. Yeah. Like wow. Yeah. Religions are going to actually be interested in what you have to say because you are so inventive. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, because you challenge structures, but in a way that people want to listen. Okay? And that makes sense. Like if you think of the theme there, right? And then there's corporate here. There's the retail corporate leader, you know? You're also challenging structures too in that way. Through the way that you merchandise, through the way you design your corporation, through the way that you do marketing, now I see, through your own community and other people seeing how your community works, how you treat like your employees as well as your clients like a community, and the way you address healthcare. Yep. Then we've got animals, organizations, social media, internship, interview. Definitely some social media, animal activism, animal activism. There's a lot of animal activists here. Thank you for existing. That's a passion of mine too. So yeah, and the internship goes with the animal activism, the social media. Either go interview for that internship or set up an interview for internships for your platform. Some of you are in the beginning stages or just the idea planning stages, so get your social media presence going about animals. Let's just see if there's any more information for that. Visuals with healing in reverse. I think you're meant to document with visuals. I'm definitely feeling like Instagram, TikTok, something with visuals where there needs to be healing for animals, the treatment of animals, their communities, how they're exploited through visuals. You're meant to create healing for animals. Yep. We already talked about the engineer and the spirituality. I think I just need to get the message across that, like, if you've already started your engineering studies, it wasn't all for nothing. There was something you were meant to experience or learn. There was someone you were meant to meet there that you wouldn't have met otherwise. But I really don't feel like engineering is the career for you. I think it's more spiritual in nature, and at least you're being called to take more of a spiritual, expansive traveling journey rather than like a safe engineering education journey that your family is expecting of you right now. Okay, someone needs to hear that. A lot of you, actually. Then we've got writer, travel, musician, politics. Some of you are meant to be musicians. We already talked about this, but I'd just like to go over it again. Some of you are meant to be traveling writers. There's definitely a political element to whichever one that is. Okay? And I would definitely say like the tie, you know, with all these piles is politics and change. Beautiful. Okay. Let's just see more information for all of you who chose this. All right. So, we've got the Strength card. You have to go against what other people expect of you. You have to find strength within yourself. Because part of your career is challenging structures of society and changing them. You're meant to have like a leadership position. You're meant to challenge thinking in general all the time. And you're meant to feel strong within yourself to where all this challenging doesn't shake your inner core. Yeah. And also, I think you're at a point in your life where you're kind of learning how to tame your own ego and not lash out when someone challenges you. Some of you are farther along than others, but this is going to be very instrumental in your career. The Hangman reversed. I think this is for all of you where you really have to address religion with your family. Could just be spirituality. It just could be your free thinking views, what you know you have to do in your career, for all of you. It's meant to give you a new perspective on how you can communicate with them and not be coming from like an aggressive place, or anyone that you need to talk to about what you need to do. Also, your career is meant to change people's perspectives, whether they like it or not. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands reversed. You're not feeling like quite ready, and you're not feeling like as passionate and creative as you want to, but just get started and take baby steps. Some of you are already doing that. But like, I'm also hearing you're more ready than you think you are. I think it's just coming from like a fear. You just kind of need to tame your own ego. The ego doesn't like change. Okay. With the Ace of Wands here being reversed. 10 of Cups and the Empress. Wow. Like, not only, this is going to all work out, like with your family, with your friends, everyone's going to understand, everyone's going to see it, especially when it's happening, like when you're really stepped into your power in your career. You're going to be in a corporation or a structure, or you're going to be working for yourself and getting your ideas out to people and building communities, regardless of whichever pile is yours, where everyone's happy and feeling fulfilled and like believes in like has faith in life again and hope for the future again. And people really need that badly right now, because you're going to be in this Empress, like taking care of everyone kind of energy. Queen of all queens energy. Whew. Look, Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing new opportunities will present themselves. Just take them, even when you're not feeling ready. Okay, Ace of Pentacles is here. There's this new opportunity. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, what are people going to think? No. Here it is. Take it. There's a reason why it's being presented to you. There's a reason why you're getting little nudges, Yeah. Wow. All right. What else? Okay, not this one. Creative. Also, like, take more time for yourself to just be creative for fun. Because when you're creative just for fun, whether it's drawing, painting, thinking or acting creative, following that whim, taking that short day trip, going to the beach, writing in your journal, you know what I mean? Coming up with new ideas. Like, it's just for you, and it's going to make you happy and more empowered. And you deserve that, and you need that in order to move forward. So that's a message here for you. Also, share. There's a part of you that is recoiling at the idea of like the magnitude of your destiny, but there's a part of you that is super excited. So that part of you wants to share and reach out to others and teach and learn, but mostly teach. Expand yourself. Not be so scared to share about what you're passionate about and what you believe. Follow that, because when you share and you come from that Empress place, that 10 of Cups place, I mean, those two cards together, if you know tarot, you know how amazing that is together. When you share, everyone feels happy. Like, not only are they willing to listen, but they want to listen. And your energy is just inspirational and makes people feel happy just by being like around you. Oh, sorry, this is my pile. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but just a quick little share. Like, I'd like to share that, like, there's a part of me that's like scared to tell my family, like, I am doing this now. I'm a tarot reader. Like, I'm, boom, like, here I am, like, because my family's Catholic. And I've started to share with a few of my family members, and I know more conversations are coming, and I know this is my opportunity to teach what I know and show people that this isn't as like taboo as it's made out to be in society, and it's not as scary as it sounds, and it's actually like a very beautiful, spiritual, sacred, like uplifting experience. But there's a part of me that is just like wants to stay in my room and not like join for lunch and not talk about these things and do my own thing. But like the fact that I'm scared and the fact that I'm getting this reading with you is like, no, that's more of a reason to speak up. So this is my reading too, and I hope that empowers you to know what I'm going through, because it's got to be similar to you in some way. There's your reading. Okay. Turquoise. Okay. Turquoise, your career. Let's get it going here. Artist and leader, travel. Ooh, you got a good fun pile. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Family. Wow. Artist, leader, travel, family. You're meant to have it all, my friend. We've got religious education. You're supposed to educate people about your own individual, specific spiritual journey, which draws on the religion you were raised in, but also your own individual spiritual journey. I sense that there's going to be a lot of like developments and new things that you learn and share, but you're meant to share it. Like you may even be called to be a religious educator, like to actually join an institution and offer your own unique ideas. Start by writing your own blog, writing for publications, write articles about your religious journey and religion and what you know and what you want to share, and that's going to attract people to you. Whether, like, some of you, that's, like, your main focus, and some of you, it's like you are, like, a traveling artist and a leader who's meant to have, like, a family and have it all in that way, and then there's going to be, like, an element of, like, religious education, like an undertone to your art. And you're going to write your own stuff. Like, I definitely feel like music, actually. Let's just see what came out. So we've got internship and interview. I just have a feeling that, like, a lot of people are going to want to be around you. Like, people are going to want to, like, work for you. They're going to want to intern for you. And that's more your choice, you know? But then there's also a message here of intern for someone who's already in religious education, who's already writing about religious education. Interview for someone who's already doing that. Yeah. And work for them for a while. It'll teach you a lot. So we've got visuals. So with artist, visuals, and writing, I get like a stage. Like you have the ideas for what the stage looks like, for what's said, or what you write in your songs. There's also photography. So if you're not like a performer in like you don't want to be like on a world tour. I'm channeling like a world tour here. Then you're meant to like travel and take pictures and convey visuals and write with it to be like a photojournalist. With an undertone of religious education. Like there's just always like an undertone of like spirituality and like a new understanding from a spiritual perspective to like what all of you are doing, whether you're aware of it or not. Got organization, teacher, and politics. Ooh, that's interesting. Teacher, organization, politics. Some of you are some of you are interested in interning for a politician that you really admire. And you already know who I'm talking about. And you should reach out to them because even if they don't have an internship, they might make one for you. Definitely interview to work for them. You're meant to be involved in their organization, even if you're even if you didn't see yourself as like a works with others type of person, because these are going to be the people that you really vibe with. It is political. But I'm thinking like there is a politician in particular that you look up to. If it's not a politician, then it's a teacher. It's like someone who teaches. It could be like a spiritual, it could be like an ashram. It could be like a foundation, like a spiritual foundation with this teacher and organization and politics. With an element of politicalness, but it's more like religious education. like religion and learning and spirituality. And that could involve traveling. Like maybe some of you want to travel to an ashram, do it. And pursue your artistry while you're there. Write about it, write online. The right people will find you. Take pictures, post that in your blog posts, visuals and photography. I'm just going with what I'm channeling here. Interview people while you're there. Write articles about that. Take any opportunity to intern for someone while you're there. Like I think wherever you want to travel, for those of you who are interested in traveling, people will be more open to like you working for them. They may not exactly call it an internship, but yeah, it's going to be like a way where you're going to learn a lot, make a lot of connections. I'm definitely getting a message of like you thought of yourself more as like I work for myself or I work remotely, but actually you're meant to be a part of a group. Okay, now is there any more information for this pile? Healthcare. Inventor, merchandising, musician. Haha, musician, yes. Some of you are meant to be like a big musician who travels the world and is a leader and has a family. That goes with this pile. Musician. Merchandising? Okay, for those of you where the blogging and the writing articles applies, you're supposed to also like sell something with your articles. Like you could even have like an Etsy shop you link, or like you write about something and then you sell like a World Wildlife Fund bag, which is going to like support the animals, or, you're not an animal pile, but you know what I mean? Like because you're writing about animals and then you collaborate with World Wildlife Fund, which would make sense because that's an organization. And then you merchandise their product, which not only makes you money and them money, but supports the cause that you care about. Like, okay, then we've got, performance. Yeah, some of you are meant to have, like, concerts and travel and be a musician. Be a leader, be an artist, write your own stuff, do your own stage. Like, really, like, own your power in that way. And also have a family while you're doing it. That's so cool because it came out in another pile, too. Then we've got inventor and healthcare. I actually think some of you are meant to have a spiritual journey with an organization where you become inventive with healthcare. Not only like the structures of healthcare, but I'm definitely hearing healthcare for all. I'm definitely getting a message of inventing new remedies. Like it could be herbal remedies. Oh, and that would make sense. You were merchandising them with like your religious education as a writer. Like you write about what you learned in Bali and then this new healing technique. And then you came up with this new solution and you're selling it and it really helps with insomnia. You know what I mean? Like that's that, like you're inventing something new with healthcare. You're either inventing new remedies or, like you could actually really be just in like a healthcare organization where your job is inventive. Like you could have your own, it doesn't even have to be natural because sometimes you do need pharmaceutical. But I'm definitely getting a message of like a little bit of inventor, healthcare organization. There's something inventive that you do with your healthcare organization. If you don't already have one, you're meant to have your own. Either you are inventing new solutions that are either natural or pharmaceutical, and it involves technology too. You could be involved in pharmaceutical technology. That's very possible here. For the bloggers and the writers and the travelers, definitely posting online. For the musician and the artist who's traveling, you're going to find new ways of using technology to be extra creative and inventive. I'm actually channeling the message of that Coachella tent where it's for the EDM music and they just get so crazy inventive with technology. And then we've got teacher and politics. I think that for those of you who are going to be taking the political route or working under a teacher, an organization or a foundation, it's going to involve you working in the technology field, either like working on their social media or maybe you're actually just really good at technology. So, okay. All right, turquoise. What's the message for turquoise? I think it is with the Three of Cups reverse being on the bottom, what you're doing now, the people that you're around right now don't really resonate with you. Maybe they did at one point, and this could be about your family. And it's not about like leaving them forever, but it's just like moving on from like hanging out with them all the time or living in their home. For some of you, it's about like where you're working. Like it's just not resonating with you anymore. It did at one point, but it doesn't anymore. It's time to move on to like the next part of your career journey. Yeah, the Hermit. Self-reflect right now. Just think about, like, find time to spend time alone and think about what do you want to do next. Undisturbed time where no one is influencing you or affecting you. Like your safe space. Go to your safe space and reflect and journal and figure it out, you know? It's like you're on a journey of self-discovery right now and you're meant to do it by yourself and not be influenced by others to figure out what's next. Four of Pentacles. Get really grounded in who you are and what you want. Get to the point where people can't influence you, you know? Like, be impenetrable. Know who you are and what you want. I'm also getting a message of, like, setting healthy boundaries, like, in your physical life with other people so they can't influence this hermit time that you really need right now to figure things out. The Eight of Cups reverse. You're resisting the need to walk away from some people right now because you are very emotionally invested in it, whether it's your job or the people you work with or, like, all this family time that you've been having, you're definitely resisting it because it will be an emotional loss. However, you really need to become more grounded in yourself, and you're not going to be able to do that unless you walk away. And it's just for the time being, just to figure things out, just to set some boundaries and figure out what's next. And then, you know, figure out what to do then. But, yeah, it's like, it's time to step into a place in your life where, like, you are a leader and people look up to you and you're looking out for them. And you know what I mean? The way that it's like you're this person taking care of these people. You're supposed to step into your leadership, your generosity in your career. Also, like, to learn to accept actual help from people where they're just giving just for the sake of giving. And to work with more people who are like that, who are just giving for the sake of giving. They don't expect anything in return. And also, this is about being, like, generous with yourself right now. Self-love, patience, like taking time for yourself, really honoring that. The Fool reverse. It's like you're almost ready to take this leap of faith and start a new chapter of your life, but you're not quite ready because you're not walking away from what you need to walk away from, emotionally speaking. Let's get you a dragon oracle. Right. You got the fire dragon. We'll go one by one. Fire dragon burns up the lower energies around you. Yeah, taking time for yourself, spending more time alone. It's going to make you just do it with ease because you'll be coming from a more, like, strong, solid place with the Four of Pentacles. Real solid in yourself. Knowing who you are and what you want to do. I think you just are a little too affected by your environment, where you are and what you're emotionally invested in right now. And you're being called to invest emotionally in yourself. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. Yeah, just clear out the clutter. Whatever this is, it's clutter. It's preventing you from moving forward. Be determined and inspired by yourself and what you want to do. Determined to the point where no one can affect what you have to do next. Stand in your power. The more time that you take to do this, the easier it's going to be to just get rid of those lower energies that are affecting you. Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Yeah, you're going to receive a lot more downloads and be open to more synchronicities. The universe will communicate with you. Just be open to it. It can be anything. It could be numbers, a song, an article that pops up on your feed, a video on YouTube, an idea that you have. Opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Yeah, you're meant to kind of usher in this new golden age, this age of Aquarius in society. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. Stand in your power as a leader. That's what all of this is meant for you right now, is to help you stand in your power as a leader. You know, that fiery, sacral, solar plexus chakra energy, like creative and your willpower and standing strong in who you are and what you want to do in the world. All right. 9. Smoky Quartz. Find out your career path. I feel like your career has something to do with like cleansing energies, either literally or like what you do is very cleansing. It gets rid of like toxicity. It gets rid of old ways of being, of thinking. And there they are. We've got inventor, spirituality, internship, therapy. Yeah. Some of you, it's like, I'm hearing like water therapy, energy therapy, crystal therapy, spiritual therapy. Yeah. An inventor of spiritual therapy. Intern with somebody who's already doing this. If you're the one already doing this, hire that intern. Interesting that keeps coming through. Community, a spiritual community, a therapeutic spiritual community where you are very inventive, but so is your community and you all kind of inspire each other. Marketing. Okay, that feels separate. A marketing internship. Take a marketing internship with a company that you really care about, okay? I think you're going to want to stay with that company and it'll put you in a position where you're the first choice. Community leader. I definitely feels involved with like the spiritual, therapeutic. It's either like therapy, you're like a community leader and a therapist, or you're a spiritual leader in your community and it's very therapeutic. And whatever you do, it's very inventive. It's very unique. Okay. And then we also have like marketing internship. And this is something like a company that you just really admire. You like what they do. You like who they market for. It could be one of those companies where you do marketing for like different, companies or people. And I think that you'll like the idea of always like something new. It's always something new. Excuse me. Yeah, corporate. That corporate marketing internship, I'm feeling it's a green light. It's a good opportunity. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look for one. Because like I said, then you'll be the first choice to stick with the corporation. And I think you're meant to be there for a reason. We've got investor. So some of you are meant to be an actual inventor and search for investors for your inventions, okay? And I'm getting something like mechanical, like actual, like an invention. Could be scientific. Could be therapeutic, actually, involving therapy. An inventor of a new therapy that you need an investor for. Could be related to the community, spirituality, and the leadership. Organization. I definitely feel like either the invention that you have the idea for is going to end up becoming an organization. Like it's just going to become bigger and bigger and bigger and more people are going to want to get involved. Or you becoming like a community spiritual leader, either online or in person, is going to become its own organization as well. Another message here of like a foundation that you admire, a spiritual one, like getting involved with that. And I think you'd be able to help them with marketing. They need help with marketing. That foundation that you take yoga through, like if you're really good with marketing, they could really use your help. Food. I think food therapy, that's kind of coming through. Something therapeutic involving food. You have some inventive idea, not only in terms of the kind of food that you want to make or present like a restaurant, but something that's also kind of therapeutic in nature, like food as health, and you're looking for an investor, that or it's vice versa. You should invest in something like this. Writer. A food writer, a food critic. I'm getting another message of like a corporation where you could be a food writer or a culture writer, like something to do with writing and culture. Or like this organization is sorry, these are really long readings, is like food, culinary, social media. Yeah. So I think that you're really good at marketing and social media. You'd be good as an intern for a corporation about food, therapy, or spirituality. There's definitely a community element, a leadership element here. Therapy, therapeutic, the need to invest or find an investor. You'll know what's yours. Let's just see if there's any more. Oh. We got visuals, photographer, and religion. Yeah, there's some type of obscure spiritual organization or foundation that really needs like more exposure through marketing, through social media. They could really use a photographer. More visuals out there in society to catch people's eye. Religion, and spirituality. So this could be an actual religion, or it could be more spiritual and new age. Okay? Some of it might all tie together. It could be food and spirituality, like I was saying. Yep, okay. So, let's get more information about that. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's someone in your life that is preventing you from moving forward. They're abusive, either verbally or mentally, like literally passive-aggressive abuse. They affect you more than you may want to admit. It feels like family or a partnership. Could be a really close friend. It could be a romantic partner. Yeah, there's definitely like a really negative energy present in your life right now that's trying to prevent you from moving forward. I think they're scared of losing you, but there's an element of abusiveness, whether it's a lot or a little. Yeah, they're very charming and talented, possibly even an artist, but they mistreat you with the shadow attribute here. Using talent as an excuse to mistreat others. An inability to defend oneself against negative forces, and resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Like I said, it could just be like passive-aggressive abuse. It could be gaslighting. It could be actual yelling. It could be name-calling. There's something present in your life that's really holding you back. You really need to let go of, because you're going to be not only fine without them, but you're going to be better. Sheds light on the potential wealth in you that can never be stolen. What we've been talking about, your potential careers, leader came out for you. Like, that's meant to be a part of your destiny, and this person can't take that from you. There's an element of jealousy here, whether they're willing to admit it or not, and they don't want to see you move on without them, but then they also just don't want to see you succeed because it's going to make them feel bad about themselves. So I'm really sorry. Let's see if we can get... Sometimes just additional messages are coming through. You really need to get rid of this person or set some boundaries and, like, see them very little if it's, like, a family member. They're in a really toxic energy. They need some therapy. Like, they need deep therapy, and I'm not sure they're going to get it. So, storyteller. Yeah, you're meant to tell stories about your life, about what you're experiencing, about your career. I definitely did see journalists, and I was going to choose it, but I wasn't sure. Like photojournalism, just telling your story in your career and in general. Like, this person feels like they just want you wrapped up in their story, you know, and they don't want you to go have any other stories, but you're meant to. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And a lot of people want to hear your stories. And you're going to have such great experiences, like adventures, colorful. And I'm also now seeing like colorful food. Like, you're going to try all different types of food that you've never even tried before. Whether that's your actual career is culinary, or it just comes up by your traveling, by working for this ashram or working with this ashram. Yeah, you're kind of stuck in like this addictive, toxic cycle with this person. Compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And you may not quite see it, but the cards are trying to like really tell you about it. And then rebel against this energy. Challenges authority to affect social change, because by challenging this authority in your life, whoever this is, you're giving them authority in your own life. You're not having autonomy over your life. Challenge their authority to affect social change for yourself, you know? Reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. This is like training for what you're meant to do. You know, I definitely feel like that rebellious spiritual nature about you, whether you would consider yourself spiritual or not, because spirituality and religion came out for your pile. Reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. You're meant to transform spiritual systems. So I think that the reason why you have to stand up to such toxic energy is because you're going to encounter it in your career. Even if it's just through food, like, because I definitely feel like an element of travel and exotic food. And so like you, just by being yourself is probably going to challenge the systems. I'm feeling like you may go to some like deeply religious places for food. I really get that message here for you. So inevitably it's going to happen. So, you know, whether it's like literally deliberate on your part or it just happens based on happenstance or circumstance. Sorry. Who says happenstance? I don't know. Apparently like maybe one of your guides or something. I'm just channeling here. It's going to happen. Yeah. Smoky Quartz. Transmuting negative toxic energy. You have to get rid of this. And if it's someone you love that you don't want to lose forever, you just have to put up some serious boundaries and talk to them much less, like, and see them much less and encourage, if not like pay for their therapy. Because this is bad. Like I'm literally like putting the Smoky Quartz on there for you. Okay. Sorry, but it's just the truth. Yeah, you're a visionary. And I'm hearing this person hates that about you. Because it's like a power struggle with them. And they want to have power over you. So they hate that about you. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Yeah, you have a very generous spirit and you're a visionary. You're very needed in this world. This person thinks you're theirs. But you're not. You're yours. I need you to hear that. You are yours. Okay. That's your reading. It was a little intense at the end. Sorry. It just happens that way sometimes. Okay. 10. Moonstone. Moonstone Chipstone. A little piece of the moon. Emotional energy. Definitely you put your heart into it, whatever this is. Your heart is in it. Okay. Let me get a good shuffle. There's so many flying out. Hold on. There's also an element of like mystery here, like something mysterious. Like you may be mysterious or the career that you pursue is kind of mysterious, enchanting, you know, like there's an element of like mystery and magic about you, what you want to do, etc. All right. Okay. Healing, engineer, animals, documentary. Oh, some of you're meant to be like an engineer for documentaries. You may have thought you were meant to be an engineer for something else, but you would feel creatively fulfilled by being an engineer of documentaries. Or for someone who's doing documentaries for some of you. Okay, we've got food, videography. Oh, yeah! Food documentaries. Either working for someone doing food documentaries or being the actual videographer. So you may have thought you were going to be an engineer doing something else, but this would be, and also animals. And the element of animals and the consumption of animals is coming through again. There's healing. Activist, yeah. So it'd be very fulfilling for you creatively and in terms of like that justice urge you have in your spirit. Marketing. Okay. So we've got marketing, activist, animals, healing, engineer, videographer, food, and documentary. I feel like there may be some more. Yeah. Relocation, yes. Travel, yes. The systems, yeah. Challenging the systems of animals as food. That is very true for some of you. Either working for someone doing documentaries, helping them out with logistics and such, the engineering aspects of it, or being the actual videographer. For some of you, it's just about like improving circumstances for animals, or it's just about like food in general. But definitely video, documentaries, and activism in one way or another. marketing. I think these documentaries will be used for marketing, either for a company or a corporation or for your cause. With relocation, I definitely feel a need for you to either move or be open to travel with your career. And then there's healing. Oh, an interview. Yeah. Interviewing activists for your documentary, animal activists and food activists, to challenge the system of how both of these industries work. Yes. You may be, someone may try to hire you to market for them, and I have a feeling that they may end up needing to be exposed, actually. So that's going to be your choice. But it would be extremely healing for you to expose what's going on. If you don't want to directly expose them, you could at least just expose like what's, I don't know, it's your choice. But I'm getting that as a message. Relocation. Let's just see. Yeah, it's going to be a retail company that wants you to help with marketing. Also, you may find that you want to be in like the videography aspect of marketing for retail, or be like a marketing writer. And if it's a company you really care about and admire, this could really work out for you. And it may require some travel, but that will actually be fun for you. I get the sense of like a resistance to traveling or relocating, but that seems to be part of your future, if so you choose it, like your ideal career. There's definitely an element of like activism, of making things better, no matter what you're doing here. This could be like food retail. This could be, you could be exposing like the retail of animals, the selling, enslaving of animals. Definitely like challenging systems through your activism, either small scale or large scale, and creating healing. Like, I just want you to really know healing is here. And you understand structures really well, which is really going to come in handy no matter what you do. But videos and documentaries came out twice. So there's that. Now, which cards do we want to pull? Do these for your career. Okay. Yeah, follow your heart. Whatever you're passionate about, follow your heart with the Moonstone. Whatever you feel most passionate about is what you're meant to do as a career. I definitely know it's this deck. Might take a minute. These two. Is there any more? So we've got the energy of Taurus and Aries. You can be practical at the same time as inspired with the earth and the fire energy. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. The practicality of, and that's probably why the energy was hesitant. Like, I definitely feel like you might even be a skeptic of tarot, like of spirituality and stuff. Because Taurians usually are. Taurus energy usually is. And I was kind of getting that energy of like resistance as I was, because it usually doesn't take that long. It's very rare that it takes that long to get an answer when I know which deck it is. But yeah, I definitely feel like you're resourceful, you're practical, you're very productive, like you're a hard worker. And there's a way for you to balance that with something you're passionate about. You don't have to choose something that's boring. Okay, that's the message coming in here. Your desires matter with Aries, resulting from the honesty and strength of, you're meant to be an activist because you believe in honesty and personal strength and true strength, not domineering strength, not like overpowering selfish strength. There's a reason for that. It's going to play into your career. The main message here is you can be practical and excited about your career at the same time. You need to realize this. Okay, I'm going to close out your reading with some archetype cards. Okay. Shapeshifter. Yeah, you're changing. Allow the change to happen. Skills at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. You have that engineering ability to see how things work and how they can transform in a very practical way, and that's going to play into your career no matter what you choose. Also, you're at a period in your life where you're changing a lot right now. It's like you're shape-shifting, so have patience with yourself and take care of yourself. We've got Judge, yeah. It's that activist within you. And I actually feel like you're kind of like a sweet, meek, shy, more type right now. But that's actually also changing in a good way. Balancing justice and compassion. Managing the fair distribution of power. This is meant to play into your career. You're meant to put power where it's meant to go. Through your analyzation of structures, through your understanding of structures, and through the way that you are actually going to change structures. Advocate. Look at this. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Exactly what you care about. Your compassion for what your heart really cares for and is passionate about, putting into action, creating actual change. With the Child of Nature card, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment, you're meant to expose people who are doing this. Corporations, structures, anyone who's abusing animals, people, and the environment, or all of the above. It's part of your career. It's part of your calling. Those who manipulate others through duplicity. Maybe these corporations, these structures, the people who want to hire you, they may act like they're super nice and care, and they may even like make sure that their image is that they care, and that's what maybe why they're going to hire you, because they want you to make them look like they care. But it's duplicity. You're meant to expose it. Like I was saying. Compulsive need to keep moving on. This is an interesting, because this was for a different pile. Shadow attribute of the pioneer. Don't resist change. Is what I'm feeling here. Don't resist the change that's happening within you right now. Don't resist changes in your career. Follow your heart, no matter where it's telling you to go. Don't compulsively stay or do what you think you should do. Follow your heart. Yeah. That's really what I'm getting from this, actually. And this came out. Two of Cups. Trust in the connections that you make, but also, be practical and discerning and skeptical the way that you are, because it will serve you to help figure out the true character of people. But then once you do, keep them by you, because they're going to be instrumental in this change that you want to create, and they're going to be passionate about it too. So a lot of your career success is going to come through relationships. Oh, and now I'm getting another message. I get the sense that you go either through relationships or friendships pretty often. Don't let people go just because you've hit a rough patch, okay? Don't compulsively seek out new friendships or new relationships. Like, sometimes you really should just work on it because they're worth keeping around. That's a message coming through for you. 11. The Lemurian Quartz. Like I said, it goes with pile 4 in some way because that's a piece of this. So let's get your message. Relocation is a part of your career. For some of you, it's just about moving. And once you move to the place where you know you're meant to go, you're going to find the right career. And for some of you, it's like your career is going to require travel. I get more of like a corporate traveling. And then equality. You, just by being who you are within your workplace, is going to demand equality. And I actually think you're going to find people who resonate with you, may even want to form an organization with you or join an organization to fight. And I'm feeling more gender equality. Like, that's supposed to be part of your career. Like, either like a side passion or somewhere where you can actually earn money, or you're going to just affect social change within your career wherever you're working. Inventor. I'm definitely feeling more inventive ideas rather than making an actual something. Inventive ideas from relocating or from traveling. It's always going to bring you inventive ideas, new ideas. And you're going to find, if you're not already passionate about gender equality and racial equality for some of you, and both for some of you, it's going to end up becoming a very crucial part of your career. There's retail here. So some of you are going to be traveling with your retail job. I'm definitely feeling like trade shows. Food. So food retail, restaurant industry. And addressing inequality within the restaurant industry. Okay. Which actually kind of feels like it might even be in a whole league of its own. Like I'm not even really sure what that inequality is, but you're going to figure it out. You're meant to address it and be inventive with your ideas. I definitely feel you on a platform communicating. So, addressing the systems, the systems within the food industry, and traveling around a lot with this job, or moving and then being involved in a retail location with food, where the systems of equality will inevitably change through you. And you're going to be very inventive with your ideas. I get the sense that you're a chef, that you want to make food. Leader is coming through here. Leader and inventor. Social media. Having a social media presence will be very helpful for you. Entrepreneur and activist. So some of you want to be a chef. You want to have your own business. It'd be wise to hire people for the social media. Like, you can't do everything is what I'm feeling. You can be the leader. You can be the inventor of great food. You can be this entrepreneur. You can have your retail establishment with your food. You can travel with it. You can relocate to a place that you just like better for like their ingredients or their taste in food. And then there's also a call to have like a system of equality within your business and to always enforce it. But also you can't do all this alone. You're going to need to hire someone for a social media presence, which is going to be very important for you. And activism is going to end up playing in specifically in terms of equality. But there could be another element here that's just, it feels mysterious. Yeah, for the equality within the food industry. Okay. I'm channeling San Diego, literally, for some of you, or meant to move to San Diego if you're already thinking about that, or a beach town. But I was specifically channeling San Diego. This is moving, traveling. Here's your confirmation, my friend. But yeah, traveling, movement. Part of your job for sure. Either a one-time travel to start roots, or traveling a lot with your job. I feel like the food industry is for all of you. Tell me how that resonates. Also, pay inequality. You're going to be addressing pay inequality, and how you run your business is going to set the tone and the standard that other people are inevitably going to look to, report on, and end up following. So, Queen of Wands. A lot of you are women, very creative, passionate women who are not afraid to stand in their power. And you have a lot of uniqueness in that, and it makes sense why. Because there's a lot of gender inequality within the food industry. So this is meant for you to stand in your power and set the example. A lot of power, a lot of creativity, a lot of new ideas, like creative new ideas about food and the ways you can put ingredients together, and like the whole way that the courses are laid out and the experience of it all. Like a very creative experience of, I'm hearing, fine dining. For some, if not all of you. The Wheel of Fortune. This is not going to be an easy path with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You're going to face a lot of pushback. But this is your path for a reason, okay? It's not going to be easy, but it will pay off. Not only for you, but for everyone in the end. And you're going to have people on your side. Like the Seven of Pentacles here, I'm actually channeling this as like, you have a lot backing you up. Like you not only are going to be like financially stable, but like I'm kind of sensing this as like people. Like you have a lot of people on your team. Like you're going to have backup. You're going to feel secure, even though this is going to be difficult. And you're very passionate and you stand in your power well, and you are very powerful, okay? It's just, you're challenging a lot of toxic patriarchy within the food industry. Yeah. You're going to have a lot of anxiety about it. So find ways to use all this money that you're making to like have like a spa weekend, or like go to the beach, or like go to a meditation retreat. Like find ways to get out of your own head, out of your own anxiety. Treat yourself because you deserve it, okay? Trust how you're feeling with the moon here. And this is going to be a new endeavor. This is like meant to be your baby, your job. Like I really feel like you're a chef and you're meant to start your own business, challenge the systems, create social change through it, and also create this like really creative fine dining experience, which is really cool. So let's see. We're going to do karma cards and close out the reading. Oh. Hello. All right, Venus. Yeah. If you're not a woman, I'd be surprised. I'm getting real strong, like strong woman vibes here, like female Venus, the Queen of Wands, the gender inequality, charm, art, and beauty. Not only is your food going to be unique and creative, but it's going to have the passion that you have inside your food, you know, because that's, you put your energy into your food, but also it's like, it's the atmosphere of your restaurants or the way that the food is presented is going to be charming and artistic and beautiful. And that is going to also draw a lot of attention to you to create this social change that you want to change and that's meant to change. So it's going to be fun and creative and exciting and beautiful. And then it's also going to create social change. So yeah, this is your destiny and it's meant to be your career. Definitely the food industry. How cool. I want to eat at your restaurant. Do you guys have vegan options? I think that's it, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I didn't even know if that's like 11 or 12. No, it's 11, right? No, this is 11. Okay. Sorry. So this pile is going to apply. It's going to relate to pile 4 in some way. So I'd love to hear, because that's part of this crystal. Okay. And then 12, we got the blue apatite. Blue apatite. Some of you, it's involving like fitness and like dieting and health regimens, because blue apatite can be about like weight loss and shedding what no longer serves you. Wow. Beauty entrepreneur just flew out. Yeah. Beauty, health, and wellness. Being an entrepreneur of your own business. Yeah, with some kind of health element to it. Activist and system. So you're going to challenge the systems in place regarding the beauty industry, specifically, since beauty came out. It's like there's some element of like not appreciating individual beauty, like you know, I'm channeling the energy of not like honoring all different body types and skin tones and you know, types of skin and the way different like makeup colors are named and etc. You know, the way that Rihanna does that with her brands. I definitely am channeling that energy for you. That'd be so fucking cool if Rihanna found this video. I love you, girl. I'm part of your X community. Ha! Aim high, right? But yeah, there's definitely an element of activism. Now, if you don't think that you want to be like a health and beauty entrepreneur, there's some other type of activism here. Now, what's that all about? Oh, here we go. Therapy. So you have some like new forms of therapy, some ideas that are entrepreneurial. Like you want to start your own therapy business. This could be like new age type of spiritual therapy, or it could just literally be like psychotherapy, like actually just speaking to a therapist. Yeah, and inevitably your practice is going to challenge the systems in place in a really good way because you really do care about people with this activist card. So I also just saw the equality card come out. Like you're a real humanitarian, my friend. Whether you're involved in like the health and beauty industry or you're an actual like therapist and activist, like you want to make systems more all-inclusive for everybody. And the equality also applies to what I was channeling with like Rihanna's energy. All right, let's see. Is there any more for this pile? Education. And I don't really sense this as like the education industry. I think you're meant to educate people about what you know, whether it's about therapy or about beauty. Like, you're meant to teach people. Like, don't just give them products or don't just give them a solution. Also teach them about like why the solution works, you know, why this product works. Educate them about like their skin type, or educate them about like the way their mind works, their personality type. Like, you're the type of person who wants to do this and is meant to do this to like help empower people. Like I said, whether it's therapeutic or beauty, or it could be all of the above. You might even end up being like an entrepreneur of like a health beauty therapy business. Like I said, definitely challenging the systems of like wanting others to like rely on you and only you, and not rely on yourself and your own like mind. That consumerism mentality, like you have something to sell, but you don't have that toxic consumerist mentality. Oh, and you're meant to be an influencer. Yeah. There's a fashion element here. Like, people look to you because they think you're beautiful and they want to see what you're wearing and doing. Marketing. Yeah, you're really good at just naturally marketing yourself. Also, pay a lot of attention to your social media, because that is marketing for you. Like, basically, any online presence you have is going to be like marketing. Even if you think it's just your personal life, it's part of your marketing. So I think it's just a call to keep that in mind. Photography is going to be very important for you. If it's not a passion for you, then you need to hire a really great photographer, because it's really going to help get the word out there and show people what you can do in like a very real, in your face type of way. Like, undeniably, you are an expert at your craft or what you're selling or your service. Photography is going to play a really big role. For some of you, you are photographers, but then you're also meant to be an entrepreneur in some way. You're supposed to have a community. I was just talking about the X community. Military community. System. Teacher. Some of you are in a military family, or you're going to end up joining the military and become a teacher within the military. Really bringing people together as a community. And like, even though you're not going to actually be a therapist, people are going to like come to you like for advice and therapy. Like, you're going to be a part of the military, but also kind of not. Like, you might be a military wife is what I'm feeling, but it's like unofficially like a teacher and a therapist. And I'm feeling a lot of kids around you, and not your own kids, like other kids, maybe kids of like military officers or something. So you're going to be a part of the system, but then you're also going to be like this very like matriarchal presence within like a very patriarchal system. And it makes sense. Military is masculine. If you think about it overall. Animals. Animal activism. Again, I love this. Organization. Some of you are going to feel called at some point in your life, may not be the whole time, to be a part of an animal activist organization. And for some of you, like, you're going to have enough money from your like beauty business or your health business, just from your own business with the entrepreneur, to donate to animal activist organizations. And that's actually part of your calling, to either be involved or donate. But I'm feeling a real strong message of donate, and it's a passion of yours. Yeah, travel with the government. You're going to be you either are part of a traveling military family, or you're going to be. We've got retail. That definitely applies for the beauty and health entrepreneur. The influencer. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. And I'm hearing for some of you at different points in your life, these will be what you're doing. So we've got, no matter what you're doing, whether you're an entrepreneur like with an online presence and you're an influencer, or you're a part of a military family, any of those that I mentioned, you're going to create stability and happiness and celebration for everyone around you. Like, everyone who encounters you, it's going to feel like a family, whether it is or not. You create a lot of stability just through your motherly nature, whether you're a man or a woman. And you may not realize this because it may be overwhelming for you at times. But if you would listen to your intuition and the synchronicities of the universe, the signs, if you will, you would see how you're doing this and how well respected you are for it and how much of a difference you're making. Okay, so I think there's going to be a lot of points in your life where you're going to doubt yourself, not trust in your own intuition about like how important you are. I'm getting like motherly, like you're like a mother even if you're not an actual mother. You're mothering, you're nurturing, you're supportive, you're stable. Okay. So, I got the Two of Wands reversed, the Ace of Cups. I have a feeling that, like, I'm getting a message here, like, you're not going to be looking for an opportunity, and then it's going to present itself to you, and you're just going to be so overwhelmed and excited about it. Like, something is going to come to you because you're in that, like, receptive feminine energy. And it's going to make you so happy, this new opportunity, the universe is just going to give it to you. Like, you don't even have to plan for it with the Two of Wands reversed. It's just going to come to you. And it's going to make you so happy, like almost overwhelmed because you're so happy and excited about it. And don't miss out on this opportunity is what I'm feeling. This may happen a few times in your life, actually, is what I'm feeling. The universe really wants to help you and support you and nourish you and nurture you the way that you nurture and nourish others. With the Six of Cups reversed and the Two of Cups reversed, this is a real strong message of don't go backwards. Like, whenever you see this reading, this is a timeless reading. You're at a point in your life where you could go backwards and become who you used to be. Like, go back to your past relationships, whether it's friendships or like a romantic relationship or both. Like, I feel like maybe it's all intertwined for some of you. With both of these being reversed, don't go backwards because you have such a bright future with new relationships. Please don't go backwards because then all this stuff can't come true. Which ties me back into not listening to your intuition. Like, trust your own intuition, okay? Please, don't go backwards. I'm so excited for you. Yeah. Seven of Cups reversed. Anytime you feel like this, like your emotions are all over the place, you don't know what to do next, and, you know, all these different people want your attention, or you're thinking about all these different people that you really feel emotionally involved in, it definitely feels like people. Find a way to clear your head and focus on you, okay? And this might happen a lot in your life because it feels like a lot of people are going to want your attention. This is a call for self-love and boundaries, and it feels like it's going to be an ongoing lesson for you. And this is about career. Like, your career is going to be like very emotionally involved as well. So try not to forget this. Try not to forget you. Okay, we're gonna do a unicorn card, and then I'm gonna close it out. This one. It's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else. If you go backwards to these past relationships, it's going to influence you not to be your unique, authentic, beautiful self, okay? You're perfect just as you are. You're meant to be this unique. It's supposed to manifest in your career and make you a lot of money and give you a lot of status and help create social change. I just feel like maybe there's one more. Two more. These are both reversed. It's like, even as you're hearing this, you do not believe that you are this gifted. But, look, believe in yourself. You are gifted. See yourself doing well, and you will. That is the power of your mind as a co-creator. Use the law of attraction. Manifest. You can do this. You are very intelligent and talented, and your intelligence and talents are meant to be shared. Also, with this being reversed, you need to find more ways to laugh right now in your life. Like, literally just watch more funny TV shows, TikTok, anything. You know what I mean? YouTube. You need a good laugh in your life right now. It's going to help lighten the energy, lighten the load. Anytime you start thinking about the past or obsessing about the past too, in this moment of transition, just go watch a comedy show. You need a good laugh. Just shake up the energy, lighten up the energy, you know? And anytime throughout your life, throughout your career, or changes in your career, especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel that Seven of Cups energy, find a good way to laugh, okay? I love all of you so much. I had so much fun doing this. Please feel free to like this video if you did. Hit the subscribe button, and my information is below if you would like a personal reading.